Hi everyone, we have arrived in Tarbet, and last night when we arrived on shore we went for a little explore, didn't we?
We did.
And we walked along the seafront, really pretty little town and harbour. We decided to stop off at a little cafe, Cafe Cador, right on the seafront, and had the most delightful seafood dinner. It was a medley of different fish, but I think
Tapas, really, wasn't it?
the best bit of the tapas was definitely smoked mussels.
Mm.
We've never had smoked mussels before, and they were just amazing.
Yeah, beautiful. We're at the castle, Tarbet Castle now, which is it was fortified by Robert the Bruce apparently in the 14th century. We haven't really had a chance to look around it, but it's got a fantastic view of the estuary, so we thought we'd come up and take a picture and show you what the entrance was like when we came in yesterday in the rain and fog.
We climbed the steps to the ruin of a medieval castle where the Scottish government have actually spent some money updating the castle with some modern materials to sort of fortify it and hold it in place due to its historical significance. It was lovely to explore. The grounds were really, really rugged. I think Alan and I felt that this experience was interesting because we hadn't yet climbed any hills and seen views from higher up, and it was really good to look down on the boats in the marina.
This is the entrance to Tarbet Harbour. It's a natural harbour. It's an interesting entrance as you come in because you can't see much, from ground level, but except this thumping great island and then a nasty chicane. But it's actually very straightforward because the harbour's quite deep. But you come past the island and then there's an anchorage there if you want it, and then the marina, the harbour is just swinging round. We'll probably just in there, and that's where we're moored, and that's where Tisha stood.
Once we'd finished exploring the castle, we noticed a marked walk that led from behind the castle out over the hilltops. So we followed this marked route, and it took us on a lovely grassy path through lots of flowering heathers. They were really, really pretty. There were lots and lots of different hues of purple in there and lots of variety of heather. We also saw some quite far-reaching views for the first time since we've been in the Scottish Islands, and could see quite a long way inland, and also in the other direction we could see quite a long way out across the water. It was a wonderful walk, and I'm really, really pleased we spotted it and took the time to explore it before heading to a cafe for a well-earned rest.
So today we've had a day in port. We're in Tarbet, and we've had a lovely time walking around the streets and looking at shops. And then we walked to the ferry, because there's a ferry that goes across to Port Bannatyne, and finally we found somewhere that does fresh fish straight off the trawlers. So we bought, oh look at these bad boys.
A
kilo of fresh mussels. So far not one of them has been cracked, and Tisha's going to prepare them with fresh parsley, oh my god, straight from the shop, chilli and garlic and spring onions, and a big bottle of white wine,
butter,
and I'm so excited, and some fresh bread and some Irish butter that we brought back from Belfast. So looking forward to tonight's dinner more than I can possibly say.
He's had the biggest smile on his face since we bought these.
Quite right.
Oh wait.
Here we go, the big moment. Fresh lot fine mussels into the pan. Oh my word.
I don't know if they're all going to fit.
Eyes bigger than the belly.
It's going to be delicious. And there it is.
Let me just get a quick... Oh, yes.
So how are your mussels?
So good, so good. They're just so much better than you get in Sheffield, which is several hundred miles from Loch Fyne. But the texture's different. The wine, the sauce tastes like it's like they're straight out of the sea. Really good. I can't tell you how good they are.
An exquisite meal, you might say.
I might say that. Tiger bread goes really well. Irish butter, everything just complements the dish. The chili's not too strong. The parsley's absolutely fresh. Fantastic.
Are you living the dream?
I can't tell you how good this is. We've been in Tarbet Marina now for 2 nights. Tonight is our 3rd night. And what I've been doing is planning the next leg of the passage, which is to go around the Isles of Bute. So we're experimenting now. We're going to show you on the chart where we're going, but we don't know how well this is going to work. So this is the Mull of Kintyre, and this is Campbelltown, where we were a few nights ago. We then anchored in Carradale, which was really lovely apart from the carbon monoxide detector. And now we're up in Tarbet. And tomorrow we're going to leave Tarbet and we're going to come down here and into the Isles of Bute. They're supposed to be absolutely stunning. Sorry, I'm using your word. They're supposed to be absolutely beautiful. And what's lovely is because they're narrow, you get amazing views on either side. The only slightly squeaky bit is up here. There's a thing called the Burnt Isles just here, which we've got to get the timing right because it's quite narrow, it's quite shallow, and the tide goes through very quickly. Then we're going to come down here and into Bannatyne, Port Bannatyne Marina. So this is a larger scale of the tricky bit at the top of the Isle of Bute. There's 2 passages. There's the North Passage and there's the South Passage, which is more of a sort of S. We're going to take the North Passage. It's shorter. The tide runs faster through there, but as long as we time it, we shouldn't have any problem with the current. We just got to make sure that there's the red and green buoys there, and we've just got to make sure we get through between them. So we're leaving Tarbet. This is the channel, and we're heading for Port Bannatyne. We're going to stop at Tighnabruaich. I probably murdered that pronunciation. For a bit of lunch. There's a visitor's buoy outside the Royal Anne Hotel, and then you can have lunch in the hotel, which sounds like great fun. And then we're going to head around the Burnt Isles to our final destination, which is I forgot the name of the marina. It is... no, it's gone. I know we keep going on about it, but it's just so amazing to be this close to land and be in about 170 metres of water. I mean, we're coastal sailors really, so all this, having land this close and being able to go from one marina to another marina in the space of just a couple of hours on a completely different island is just a bit mind-blowing for us. So forgive us for going on about it, but it is amazing for us.
So we have moored up on a mooring buoy in Tighnabruaich. This is on the mooring buoy. We are on the west Isle of Bute. There's lovely sort of palm trees here. This is actually a hotel mooring. Alan's going to wave. There's Alan. The hotel mooring, which we stopped on, is this one, the Royal and Lochen. Unfortunately, they're not doing any food today, so we're going to head up into the town and hopefully find ourselves a nice little coffee shop. But the views are just amazing. So happy to be going to find food. Here we are in the Isles of Bute. We're coming around the western part to head around the top of the islands near the Burnt Islands. Beautiful scenery. Quite a narrow channel. Really looks good though. Very deep water still. I think it's going to get a bit squeaky round by the Burnt Islands. We'll have to have a look when we get there. Here we are approaching the Burnt Islands. We are picking out the navigation marks. There is 2 channels, a north channel. I'm looking at the first red and green in the middle of the screen for the north channel. And as we come round, this is the south channel. Some yachts have just gone through the south channel. We're going through the north channel. Alan says that red and green look quite close together. We'll see when we get there.
So we're just going round the top of Bute, Isles of Bute. This is the northernmost point, and it's a very, It's a very skinny channel. It's without doubt the skinniest one I've ever seen. It looks a bit like you're going through a marina. And we're going from about 50 metres depth down to about four or five. It's just 2 islands basically. Well, there's 3 islands actually. And it's going to be very interesting.
So we're nearly on the boys. Today has been an absolutely amazing day for me. Really enjoyed a short trip round from Tarbet to the Isle of Bute. We stopped ashore and had a really nice, lunched up in a cafe and a nice walk, and now we're just going through the burnt islands. Wow, look at all the birds on the island. It's amazing. They're cormorants. Lots and lots of cormorants. So many. The odd seagull. Look what's just coming past us. Looks like a hovercraft. Wow, he's going so fast. We are so slow compared to that. Oh, but it's a lot of fun though. I quite fancy a go. I think they're in a pair. There's another one coming this way. Where is he? I can hear him. There. Somebody's having a lot of fun on the water today. Oh no, they're in convoy. Oh god, all I can hear is the convoy music from the bird film. Oh, this one's a completely different colour. I see another 3 coming behind him. There's this one. And this one. Oh, and then another couple of yellow ones. That one. That one.
So where we are, if you can see the blue dot, is basically here. That is Loch Sriven going up the side there, and this headland here is we think is part of the mainland, coming down from, I guess, to the Glasgow end.
No, Glasgow's south. South, oh god, I don't know. Actually no, I think, yeah, it's a little bit south. Sort of southeast. Well, here's Yacht Seagull, moored in Port Bannatyne. Port Bannatyne is a very quiet, sleepy little countryside harbour. It's not that big. There's 2 big long fingers like this one. The other one's a bit shorter than ours. But while I was here, I did notice this little yacht. And I don't think it's been very far recently. Or actually, in fact, for a very long time. I don't know if you can see, but it has its own mussel farm growing on its hull. Blimey. Well, I was walking along the pontoon to go and see some visitors, some friends that we've met in the marina, and I came across the beautiful clear waters and wanted to show you all these wonderful starfish.
We've cycled round from Bannatyne to this town, which is called Rothesay. It's an old Victorian tourist spot actually, and there's some lovely reminders of the Victorian era. beautiful little town. The the marina is not as good as Bannatyne, so we didn't come in here. But it is a bigger town, so we came over to get some provisions because there's more shops here. But we're in the Isle of Bute, and everywhere you look, you've just got these amazing views, incredible scenery.
So we decided to cycle across the Isle of Bute, and we're now in Ettrick Bay. It is really, really beautiful here. Lovely, lovely sandy beach. I think Alan's panning round so you can see a little bit more of where we are. We've cycled over the hills from down there. We came all the way down the hill without riding, which was fantastic. The joy of cycling when you're not going uphill. We sailed in yesterday through the western Isle of Bute, which is the view that we have from this beach that way. It is not to be missed. It's so pretty. We can see if we can see it, but the sun might be in the way. If you can see anything at all, behind me you can see the Isle of Arran with the mountainous hills. That's just one of my favourite views we've had while we've been here sailing in Scotland. The beach is absolutely littered with lovely driftwood all over it. Might have to collect a bit to take home to remember this trip by. But what a brilliant day. Would fully recommend a cycle ride to Ettrick Bay.